Dear students, welcome to the discussion about the unit Perspective of Higher Education in India. Let us proceed with the meaning of education in India. Rig Veda said, education is something which makes a man self-reliant and selfless. Self-reliance means self-dependent. So education is that makes individual self-dependent, and the origin of higher education can be traced back to the Vedic age, in which study of Vedas and Upanishads provide higher level of knowledge to the mankind. And now, higher education in India includes the tertiary level of education that is provided after higher secondary level of education, which provide qualification in terms of graduation, post-graduation, etc. So, higher education in India provides education of general, vocational, professional or technical education, and it includes education of universities, colleges, along with the teacher training colleges, institutes of technology, institutes of law, medicine, etc. After post-independence period, Indian higher education explored in a rapid way, and now Indian higher education system is the third largest system in the world after USA and China. So this is the leader of Indian education system, where primary, secondary, higher secondary, and after higher secondary, graduation, post-graduation and doctoral level of studies are imparted. Let us see different types of higher education. As I have mentioned earlier, Indian higher education can be categorized into three types of education. One is general education, that is provided in the universities and colleges on arts, science and commerce. And there are different other types of institutions. These are termed as professional institutions like law, teacher education, medicine, pharmacy, agriculture, etc. Along with this, there are another institutions are there that provide skill-based education like BPO or travel that provides education on travel and tourism, computer science, information and communication technology, etc. Let us see what are the types of higher education institutions. In the previous slide, we have discussed different types of education. Now, different types of institutions. First one is the central university, which are established by a central act. The state universities, these are established through a provincial act. There are private universities also, that those are established through a state or central act. And another type of institutes are there deemed to be university. And these types of universities are established, commonly known as deemed university, by central government under Section 3 of UGC. Another kind of universities are there, which are known as open university, an university with liberal academic policy. That means the distance kind of education is provided through these universities. And another types are known as Institute of National Importance. These types of universities are also established by Act of Parliament, and then it is declared as Institute of National Importance. Let us see at present context the higher education scenario of India in terms of these figures. So, according to All India Survey of Higher Education Report 2018 and 19, the number of state public university today is 371, private university 304, deemed private university 80, Institute of National Importance 127, central universities 46, deemed university government 34, total number of universities 993, and number of colleges are 39,931. So this is the scenario of higher education in India. Let us go through the objectives of higher education. So after discussion of meaning, let us see the objectives. So the aims of higher education in India basically reflected on the recommendations of different commissions and commissions that are constituted after post-independent period, in the post-independent period. So immediately after independence, University Education Commission of 1948 was constituted, and where Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, the eminent philosopher and educationist of India, framed the objectives of higher education in these terms. Inculcation of wisdom and knowledge. It believes that since education is both a training of minds and training of soul, higher education should give both knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge, the theoretical paradigm, and wisdom is its application. So there should be inculcation of wisdom and knowledge through higher education. It also envisions to have social order by inculcating value of democracy, justice, liberty, and equality among the youths of India. Next is love for higher values of life and training for leadership, to train the young Indian minds to lead in the march towards development. And therefore these aims also have an important significance in Indian higher education. Then after, there come the Indian Education Commission of 1964, which is also known as Kothari Commission. This commission envisioned through higher education to provide the right kind of leadership in all walks of life, to identify gifted youth and help them develop their potential to the full by cultivating physical fitness, right interests, attitudes, and moral and intellectual values. To provide society with competent men and women trained in agriculture, art and medicine, science and technology, and along with this, various other professions were also encouraged to impart education. So next comes the National Policy of Education 1986. This 1986 educational policy envisioned that higher education need to provide people with an opportunity to reflect on the critical social, economic, cultural, and moral and spiritual issues that bring challenges to the humanity. Up till this time, actually, Indian situations are facing different challenges, and it believes that making the Indian youth capable to face those challenges need to be the aims of higher education in India. Next comes the 1992 action program of action. It believes that to enhance and promoting the vocationalization of education, adult education, education for the mentally and physically challenged, and to popularize non-formal education, open universities and distance learning need to be incorporated in higher education system. Next comes the National Knowledge Commission that believes if the Indian higher education system can create India a big knowledge hub, the India will lead the nation, not only the nation but also the entire world or humanity. So it believes in making India a knowledge hub with the help of which the nation will develop. Next comes the Jaspal Committee, and it believes that to encourage new ideas and creative mind to converse practically, to coordinate with industries and financial institutions, and it believes that universities should act as catalysts between different other institutes of importance and maintain a global standard. Now coming to the national policy of draft national policy, though this period is already it terms to be the new education policy 2019, which was formed in 2016 itself. It believes that higher education need to be restructured and entire education system need to be surrounded with liberal education. Liberal education, normally we believe in education that is provided in different social sciences, in management, in medical and technology. But this policy, along with this, wish to give specific focus on liberal education in terms of cultural education, in education on art, culture, music, sculpture, etc., language, literature, etc. So, in total, the objectives of higher education in India is reflected in the recommendations of these policies and commissions. In conclusion, what we can say? That Indian higher education wants to build higher institutions as center of excellence, building a knowledge society. But what we have observed is something different. Now it turns to a network of quality institutions with requisite research facilities and to create a pool of higher trained persons in terms of expertise, ideas, innovations, coursework, equipments and facilities to be made available in higher educational institutions. Now, the aim of higher education institution is focused on job creation instead of being a high source of enlightenment. Higher education institutions are trying to attract students with attractive placement record today. Though skill development remains an objective of higher education, still creation of innovative thoughts and promoting education of the Indian kind are still the lofty ideals of higher education of India. So I hope, dear students, from this discussion you have an idea about the meaning and objectives of higher education in India. If there is any queries, feel free to drop message. Thank you.